Welcome, ladies, to the Real Estate Investor Show, providing inspiration, strategies, and insight to empower women investors to live balanced and financially free lives. Now, here are your co-hosts, Liz and Andresa.
Welcome back, ladies. This is Liz.
And this is Andresa.
Welcome back to the Real Estate Investor Show, where our mission is to empower women to live financially free and balanced lives. We are back with a Minisode.
That is correct. Today, we're going to talk about, should you get a mentor? And at the end of this episode, you're going to have some fun with our stories, but also you're going to get out with specific questions you should ask yourself in order to get to that conclusion if having a mentor is the right fit for you or not.
Okay, so we've been talking about mentorship and mentors, right, Andresa? Because we hear about it so much. So episode 303, if you've not checked that out, talks about where to find a real estate mentor, which is a great episode on that topic. So what we're going to talk about today, though, is a little different. Should you even get a mentor, right? And that's a really, obviously, prerequisite to where to find a mentor. So Andresa and I have kind of two different unique perspectives about this. And we're both going to kind of share with you, Andresa, having gotten a mentor early on, and me and my husband, not so much getting a mentor, and what that did to our businesses and how that played out. So, and actually, ironically, we both spent $30,000. We just did it in very different ways. So here's how we spent $30,000, I should say lost $30,000. But let me tell you the quick story. Our first flip was we flipped a house in New Jersey, and that's a whole other episode for another day, but it was a lot of unknowns with this property. And anyway, we did not get a mentor. We had a couple contractors that we were working with. We had to fire one, we had to hire one. Literally everything that can go wrong on your first flip, I think we experienced. And about a month, 6 weeks into the project, where we thought it was structurally sound, we could just rehab the property. It was probably a 2,500 square foot, 4-bedroom, 2-bath type of home, single family. We put a new roof on as one of the main suggestions, spent about, $10,000, $15,000 on it. And lo and behold, had another structural engineer come through and gave us a different opinion because we just kind of had a revolving door of people helping us and supporting us, or we thought was supporting us. And lo and behold, we ended up having to tear the house down, which was rough, right? Tearing down a house that we thought was structurally sound with a brand new roof. So that was tough. And we proceeded, we kept moving forward. We got the deal done. And I know some of you listening have had projects that don't work out the way you think they're going to work out. So we got to the finish line. We did end up rebuilding. We did our first new construction, actually. We ended up losing $30,000 on the project. And it was tough, right? It was a very tough deal. It was a tough situation. And we borrowed the money. So then we had more money to owe someone. So it wasn't even our own money, which was even worse. However, we learned a lot. And so, in thinking about what would I have done, should we have gotten a mentor? I think at the time we didn't, because we were young, naive. We thought we could figure it out ourselves. And we kept moving forward, though. So that didn't stop us. And then we went on to have successful flips and have successful projects. So that didn't keep happening, but that was a lesson for us. And could that have been different if we had hired a mentor? I would probably say yes. But did we learn what we needed to learn to move us towards our business? I would say yes to that too. So I'm going to throw the ball to you, Andresa, a little bit about your experience with, getting a mentor.
Yeah. And I just want to do a disclaimer here. There's no right or wrong of having a mentor or not having a mentor. And I'm sure you all have seen very, let's say, hot nerves expressions from different angles. You should not get one because your gurus is scammers or whatever that is, because their experience was different. And we have others that swear by it, saying that they were able to grow much faster, much quicker because they left their experience of the mentor. So we have both angles here, and all are valid. What really matters is, what do you do with that? Right? What do you do with that? In my case, in 2011, we invested, my husband at the time, we invested $30,000 on a course. And I was definitely committed to get that money back we were able to get 25,000 back on the first deal. So it was a good return on my investment in my opinion. And let me explain what we did. The course itself was about the market analysis and how to evaluate a market. And that gave us the confidence to really put pressure on the realtor to find a property that we really knew all the criteria. So when a property showed up to the market, I remember it was before Labor Day weekend, and I called the realtor and I said, listen, I need to see this property like now, this weekend, tomorrow morning. He came on a Friday. I said, I need to see it tomorrow morning, Saturday morning. And he looked at me and he said, I'm going to the beach. It's Labor Day weekend. And I said, listen, I love working with you. I'm going to see this property with or without you. So you let me know where you are at, because I know this property will not be available on the market on Monday. I know that for sure. So we went in, put a full price offer because I knew the potential of the house, walked the house, and it was very solid, and we got the deal done. During that week, the owner got other investor offers, but we were under contract. So that was that. And during that process, it was a primary house and we did a HELOC. What happened there is that was the game changer, that I recouped my money right away, right? I recouped my money by buying the right property. And then we sold it, I think 2017 or 18 after a very high profit. But the money that I made back, here's how. We got an appraiser, and the appraiser came lower. And because I knew the market and I knew how to run comps as an appraiser, because I learned that with my mentorship, I was able to appeal the appraisal report and therefore increase the HELOC $25,000. So the total HELOC that we got was $68,000. But I considered the extra 25 something that I wouldn't have gone if I haven't had a mentor. And Liz, I just want to turn the gears here for people to understand one thing. A mentor will not take you to A to Z. A mentor will take you to A to B, and other mentors will take you to B to C, C to D, and go along. I think it's the wrong expectations to think that your first mentor, your only mentor, will take you to the whole way. It's a compound effect. As you evolve, you will have different mentors. You're going to be a different mentee. Keep that in mind as you are growing your real estate business.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we're going to leave you with some questions in the show notes to really explore, for yourself, because there isn't a right or wrong. I think something that really is important is, where do you want to be in 5 years, and how fast do you want to get there? I had time on my side, right? We were in our 20s. We had time to kind of take a really long time to kind of figure it out. Would I make that same decision now in my 40s? Probably not. Right? Because I don't have time on my side. Not that I'm about to die, Andresa, but it's a different game, right? Your timing of life, your resources, your energy, your active versus passive, right? All those things are in consideration. So we're going to leave you with a lot of great questions, that being one of them, obviously, because there's no right and wrong, but you have to make the right call for you. And to Andresa's point, this mentor is not going to have a magic wand. But there's certainly, if you do what they say to do, you're paying for that. And how you going? And I love Andresa's way of being. How am I going to get that money back? Which should be everyone's question when you invest in anything. So,
No, and another thing, you're talking about time, right? Another thing that people talk too much about it is the investment or the cost. And it's not a cost; it is an investment. And I want you guys to flip the coin and also think, like, how much is costing me not having one?
Correct.
And that's your time and that's your mistakes. You're going to pay either way. You're going to pay for a mentor. You're going to pay for a mistake. That's Correct. It. The bottom line for a mentor, in my opinion, is that you're going to be able to leverage this person's experience and resources, right, Liz? I can't tell you like how much a resource, a contact, a referral is worth.
It's enormous, right? It's everything in this business.
You can't put a price tag into it. And I cannot emphasize you. The people, if you get a referral from your mentor and is a rock star referral, that alone have, dollar signs across the board. And I can tell you from our perspectives, CPAs, attorneys, it's just one move. You can recoup your entire investment on a mentor. So it's very broad. I don't want you guys to only think about, all right, this is mentor, this is the price tag. We have put on our show notes, and check those show notes for the questions you should consider before you make a decision either way, to get a mentor or not to get a mentor. Because the bottom line is that it's your life, you are in charge, you design it. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Let us know if you have more questions. Tag us on the comments. Okay, enjoy. Bye. If you enjoyed this podcast and want to receive updates on our next interviews, go to our website, therealestateinvestor.com. There, you can subscribe to our show, become part of our investor community, and get updates on upcoming episodes.
If you like our show, please share it with other women who would benefit. And don't forget to leave us a rating on iTunes. We'd really appreciate it. And as always, we encourage you to take one action as a result of today's show and put it into motion so you can live both a financially free and balanced life. Thanks for spending time with us.
Ciao.